think the PC game business has changed a little bit, and part of what we learned was how to design for the scope that you're making, the team you have, the amount of time that you have, and just making smart design decisions. And I think the way that manifests itself the most with Torchlight is in making really, really good tools, things that make it easy for the designers and the writers and the animators and everyone to work directly on the game and get their content into the game in polished state with as little disruption to everyone else as possible.
So when we started the project, we were able to really get a fresh start and reset where we were at with our tools and our project. When we were working on Mythos, we were working on stuff that we really inherited from Hellgate, from a very different game. So at this point, we really wanted to just have a set of tools that we could call our own that do exactly what we wanted to do for our project.
Well, we've really learned the craft of making action RPGs, and I think we've really honed it in through the tools we've put together, the processes we've used to make the game.
Our levels are made up of chunks, essentially, and each floor in the dungeon could have anywhere from 3 to 5 different chunks that the game stitches together at runtime to create the overall floor of that particular dungeon.
We had this concept of essentially this various strata of civilizations that have encountered this ember, and we wanted to, give the players a lot of variety because everyone, you don't want to stay at the same thing level after level. We spent a lot of time with color palettes, basically trying to give each level its own sort of look and feel, and some of them are architectural, some of them are very organic, and a lot of it was just figuring out which ones worked where.
We try to keep our levels pretty tight and fast-paced for the player going through them, but we also want the player to spend some time in the levels, so we also add a lot of items in there that the players can interact with. Anything from treasure rooms to simple puzzles, anything that the player running through the levels can stop and find and spend some time to interact with.
We really wanted to be able to just play directly in the editor. We wanted to be able to lay out levels, set up monsters and these sorts of things and go just directly in without having to flip back and forth between data and actually playing in the game. And it turned out to be pretty user-friendly and pretty simple to do a lot of things, and at a certain point we realized that it's something we could give out to other people to be able to make their own content and play around with.
With Torchlight, it's cool because we're going to take all that knowledge and give it to the players in the form of the tools that we use to make the game. So the players will also be able to use their creativity and change up what we've made for them. So what we really have brought is a new process and great new tools to game making.
This time around, there's so much more that you can do, and it's so much more hands-on. There's going to be a lot of fun to see what people actually create.